Hey everybody, happy Saturday morning. We are having all hella kinds of issues with Final Fantasy XIV, namely that the entire Primal Data Center is down. But even barring other issues, we still wouldn't be able to play it. I do have this time blocked out though, so we may as well do some Dark Souls. We're gonna go ahead and play till about 11 a.m. Pacific, so that's 2 hours and 40 minutes. That should be some time to make some progress. Let's give it a go. Yeah, morning breakfast stream, however. Wait. Yeah. Sign into the PlayStation Network. I've had some times where I'll sign into this game and it's down. Did you have you played it on PC, Wing, or do you usually play it on PS3?
I usually play on PC these days. I have got all my achievements on the PS3 version though, so usually PSN was okay for me. Uh,
Breakfast with a good helping of death. Looks like it connected me this time. So when I was doing laundry earlier this week, I needed something to do while I was waiting on the dryer, and what I did was a little bit of Titanite chunk farming, since I want to do that, but it would be horrifically boring to watch. What I did was I used that Symbol of Avarice, the really cool looking mimic helmet that increases your magic find, and I teleported to the Ornstein and Smo bonfire and repeatedly ran back and killed the Royal Sentinels until I got enough chunk to upgrade my armor a little bit more. In the process of doing that, the purpose of that was to get Titanite chunks to upgrade my armor, but I also got a shit ton of souls, which I invested into dexterity only. So, character's a little bit higher level than when we left off last time. I don't think it's going to be a game-breaking difference. Feel like they're pointing out this area for a reason. We haven't visited it yet. Last we left, we killed a bunch of crystal golem dudes. We're about to fall to our deaths here. If I can get back up. GG.
oh.
Womp
Well,
womp.
on a basic level, I like that you have the confidence now to just literally run into a new area as opposed to walking in. That's great.
Now, that's a nice way to put it, Flurry. Now, I knew about the existence of that area, so that's why I skipped all of the golems. Like, there's got to be something down there. There's a reason they gave us all that stuff. Let's try that. There. Good. Side. Get and turn back. I'm gonna learn which door actually moves forward. One of them just has a chest in it. I think it's the other side. This one. There we go. That was as far as shortcuts in this game go, that was an extraordinarily convenient one. The library bookcase up there.
I'm a big fan of the vertical Dark Souls games levels like that. Something about them is just, you can make good shortcuts and they interweave well. It's just really fun.
My bloodstain flipping into the wall there and not coverable. Huh. Oh, these guys chase me. That's good. Oh, that wasn't death. That was death, though.
Oh man, two punched.
1, 2. Alright, so we're not going to blitz run into this place. If the golems can follow us that far down, we're going to actually try to take it slow and kill them. I was hoping that I would cause them to leash. It seems like different enemies have different leash radiuses. Like, I've had some follow me for a really long time. Are there any, like, items that I haven't found or abilities that influence that aggro?
Not in particular. Just kind of have to learn what each little mob group what their radius is.
I see. I'm sure these dudes are immune to bleed, which makes sense. They're giant crystal monsters. That's 2 of them. More than I'm really comfortable with fighting. Yeah, Frosty Brothers. These guys aren't too bad so long as I can get behind them and they don't use their little attack that does AoE all around them. I guess part of the reason I like Dark Souls so much is it's the actual single player MMO experience I've wanted in kind of an action RPG format. I feel like the fights in what you would call a single player MMO like Skyrim or Fallout don't have that level of difficulty that you get. I'm going to attempt this 20 times and then there'll just be this huge catharsis when I finally finish it that you get from this and some of the in-game raids. And as much as I like
see that.
an entirely boss fight focused game in Shadow of the Colossus, that game is not particularly challenging. It's more solving the puzzle. Once you know what you're supposed to do, executing it's not that hard.
Yeah, for all the games out there that are action-oriented, that have some RPG elements to them, a lot of them don't appreciate fully the elements of either. They kind of skim the surface, and Dark Souls does a good job of delving pretty deep into both combat mechanics and RPG mechanics in a really satisfying way to me.
Yeah, I can hear that dauber. I could farm them if I wanted. But I think if I were going to do any farming, I'd probably just go fight the Real Sun, which always use more Titanite chunk. I really appreciate the restraint used as far as like the use of sound in this game. Very, very minimal. Really? Is this like a... Something's fishy here. I don't know if that's a glitch or if there's some kind of like Indiana Jones thing going on here. I would guess that if I can walk on it, I guess that's what that's cool. So the snow is letting you know. Whoa, there's a big dragon on the other side of this cliff.
Oh, you recognize the snow? That's good observation.
Yeah, that's pretty good conveyance. People to know exactly what the path is, though. Truly invisible, looks like. A giant dragon. How that shit is just out there. I don't know if I would have noticed that without the clue, the hint somebody wrote down. So the new way that I get punished is getting hit exactly when my iframes end in a roll. That happens pretty often.
Too good.
Part of it is I need more exposure to an enemy than it's probably necessary to really get a sense for their different animations and windups. Like, it took me forever to figure out, especially those Silver Knights, like exactly what attack they were going to do.
Yeah.
I still haven't quite figured out enemies that will do combos. I can't tell whether they're going to hit me once, twice, or thrice, and I guess I have the tool to react more quickly, but that would make it really hard for me to try to really parry effectively. Guessing it has to do with proximity to them, like they'll swing once if they're far from you, but the closer you are, the more likely they are to follow up.
Yeah, that's generally how the AI works. Most regular enemies and bosses have a fairly large moveset in these games, and usually multiple phases, and sometimes in rage mechanics and things like that.
Yeah.
But they're very smart. If they're close, they'll use one move. If you're still within their range, sometimes they'll do a follow-up, and so you'll see one move and don't know if they're gonna quit that animation or not. Keeps you on your toes.
Huh, if it boots me out for losing PlayStation Network like that, I just got booted mid-game. I'm guessing that it saved my location though. I think this game auto-saves really frequently.
I think you'll be all right.
That's the first time I've seen that happen. I don't know if there's PSN issue or something, Comcast. Oh yeah, that was right where they left me.
Let that be a lesson to you, though. If you kill an NPC and try to quit out to prevent it, you may not make it.
Yeah, I guess
very
it's
quick.
a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
There's that one guy that was like in the barrel that I came so close to killing accidentally. No idea he was in there.
Poor Laurentius. You did the right thing just by rolling, though.
Is there a like once you have hit them once, is it game over? Or are you committed to having aggroed them and pissed them off for the rest of the game?
It depends on how strong you are. Usually, how much health you take off determines whether or not they say, "Ouch, stop it," or whether or not they, "Okay, I'm pissed off. I'm going to fight you for the rest of the game."
I see.
So be careful if you're strong. There is a way that you can unaggro them, though. So if that happens, it may not be the end of the world.
Okay.
Just don't kill anybody.
I don't want to like accidentally kill the blacksmith or something bad.
Right. Well, you could accidentally kill the blacksmith. If you want to use him, you
That would be extraordinary.
probably should let him.
What is bad? That's cool.
Actually, before people roll into New Game Plus, a lot of things people will do is they go kill all the NPCs in the game. Actually, because they do sometimes drop things
Oh, I
that
see.
you can use in New
like
Game
unique
Plus.
stuff. Oh, it's like another one of the Moonlight Butterflies. I'm really glad that they were able to reuse some of the models and the routines they put all this work into. Without it feeling forced, you know, because now it's just a regular enemy, so it's a little difficult. Someone else died. What do you... Wow, there's actually a lot of them here. Guy's bigger than your typical dude, I think. Whoa! Okay.
Yeah, he is.
Alright, well, I think we can beat him. Don't have a lot of room to dodge. It sounds like, from what I understand, I was already approaching the dual Silver Knight archers in the best possible way, that if I'd been relying on a shield up to that point, they hit you with so much knockback that it would knock you off the ledge anyway if you were using a shield. So switching to a shield to attempt this isn't going to be a huge boon.
Not sure if you're noticing, there is a little bit of an incline on that beam you're walking on as well. So it makes things a little more hectic as well.
That's great. That's swell. Hey, 3 of them. I really do enjoy that. No matter how much you level up, like, you can't just stand and face tank stuff. When I was doing my Titanite chunk farming, I wanted to make it as efficient as possible, and I remember reading that humanity boosts your magic find, so I did some humanity farming. Assumed that the best place to do that was the rats in the depths. I remember noting that when we went there for the first time. Would you say that that's the case of the areas that I've accessed so far, in case I ever do that again? Go fight those rats?
The rats is a very popular place to do humanity farming.
Mm-hmm.
There is a quote-unquote best place in the game, but you haven't reached it yet.
Yes,
For that.
I noticed that there's a warp to that bonfire, which seems super weird. Like, it's not a particularly interesting bonfire aside from its proximity to a shit ton of rats. It makes me wonder if they put it there with that in mind, that she would go farm humanity there.
Could have been.
Obvious when you reach it. Gotcha.
Yeah, obvious in a funny way, too.
Cool.
So much cool stuff in this game.
Covetous gold serpent ring. Boost item discovery. Yeah, I gotta get my hands on that. I'm a magic find whore. I can't get away with having my mimic helmet on all the time because it slowly drains your health.
Yeah. It's a very neat thing to have the item descriptions come up in the load screens like that,
Yeah,
though.
like, oh man, where's that?
Yeah.
What's that all
They
about?
actually, in Bloodborne, they did not have that, and they have a little bit longer load times. So they just had the Bloodborne logo on a black background for these very long load times, and it actually burned into a lot of people's TVs. So
Oh.
they went back to this method of item descriptions.
Yeah, I like that.
after
It's
that
cool.
patch.
I didn't get a chance to look close enough. Does it ever show you the flavor of the item, or is it just kind of giving you the stats? Like, would that
It
be a
should
way
be
to learn the
giving you
lore of the
same
game?
flavor.
I see.
Yeah,
Gotcha. There's a
it's the
spec
same
thing.
flavor text, yeah.
Aww. Aww. I lost a few souls. No big deal. Hey, Buckin, how you doing?
Oh no.
I didn't see the dude out there. Did he die? Did the other crystal
I didn't.
golem?
I didn't notice, actually.
Yeah, that's another room. That's another dragon entirely. I don't know if I'm able to fight that. It felt like it was a. It felt like it was an environmental hazard. Like if you go across the bridge, it just breathes fire on you and kill you. But maybe I can fight. I don't know. Hey, moral atheist. Happy Saturday.
I was very
morning.
proud of you in that moment, actually. A lot of people complain about the bridge fire death because it usually kills people.
There's conveyance for it though. There's a big sound effect of wings flapping, and I was like, I'm spamming dodge.
Yeah, and there was absolutely burn marks on the bridge too that you noticed.
Burn marks on the bridge, and they show you the dragon beforehand. It flies overhead, so you're like, okay, I'm gonna be wary of that thing showing up from now on.
Granted, it's hard to avoid even if you know it's coming, but at least you're aware.
The only one that was kind of sort of cheap was in the sewers where there's this chest and a slime overhead that falls on you. But that one, like, it wasn't enough damage to kill me, and it was definitely kind of teaching you, hey, if you see an item that's just hanging out, maybe you should peek around the area, because maybe we're not just going to give you stuff for free. This is Dark Souls.
Conveyance means show, don't tell.
Your guard was down after killing the tourist team. Like, yeah, they couldn't do something else nasty right after that, right? Phew. Are there any, like, cheesy areas in this game where you can abuse the geometry and just farm a bunch of souls by making things fall down? I don't know if pathing
Actually,
is
the first
okay.
thing that comes to mind is the aforementioned dragon. I discussed with Spiky briefly in private message when you got there. A lot of times people go to that bonfire and get the dragon to burn all the enemies on the bridge and go back and respawn them on the bonfire and do that over and over for farming souls early on. So that's kind of exploiting a hazard. It's really, at the time, it wasn't worth much more souls than your current method, though.
Gotcha.
So we didn't go into it.
Oh, thanks, Cloud Reaver. Yeah, so the golem fell down after me. I didn't actually have to fight him. Oh god, upward slope. Dang it. What's going on with the PlayStation today? I might need to just sign out. I don't want that to happen like during a boss fight. Because I don't know what would happen if it would just put me exactly where I was.
I don't remember that ever happening to me. It's really
Yeah,
odd to see.
it's just blinking too. Like it comes right back up. I think it's here for funsies, right? Oh, nope, not for funsies. Disregard. Don't know if it rests again. It does make the area very pretty. So far, the lesson I'm learning is that if I can see it, I can kill it. Because I think people mentioned that. I thought that the Hydra was just a environmental thing, but it doesn't sound like that's the case. If I wanted to, I could fuck it.
Pretty good instinct.
Kind of. Come down again?
This one seems a bit smarter than the actual boss, Moonlight Butterfly.
Yeah. I'll give it a second, see if it ever sits down, or if it's just going to stay aggroed on me forever. I do have a bow that I could try to use on it, but it would take forever. I haven't really put points into it. I may as well, I suppose.
That's actually how they balance the bow, is they make it take forever to kill anything with it. So you're really probably not that far off from a bow build. Although I've never done a pure bow build like Djurok has said he's done. I'm kind of interested in his experience with that.
Yeah. They give you some really good items later on. I don't think this is happening. Not with the rate at which I can draw and pull. Whoa, alright, that also could stop that from happening. That's cool, now it will be de-aggroed when we get there. I won't walk up close to it. Learn my lesson. Don't piss off the cute butterflies. Would that thing ever have landed if I had just waited behind there?
I usually don't try to kill him, so
Okay.
probably not.
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't think we saw, like, here's an enemy that we really want to discourage you from fighting until we got to the lava area with the dragon butts. Everything else, like, you can kill them, but should you kill them? Suddenly the answer is probably not. Later, Dauber. We're hanging out. Right, well, now I know. I might actually not.
I'm a bit salty about that whole bit of chaos thing. Not because of the way that you approach the fight or anything, but because you found that secret bonfire, and I usually do not find that, and had to make a lot longer of a run back.
Wow, that would be a really long run. The other one is so far back, and it's the kind of fight where you have to. I think someone in chat said you should hit the walls, so I probably would have done it anyway because those towers are super suspicious, but that's the kind of tip that, man, it probably just saved me the whole session. I wouldn't have gotten any further than that.
No, and it absolutely, it exposes the run back method for the worst parts of it in Dark Souls, right? Like, usually I don't mind run back difficulty in games like this.
Yeah.
But that's really the worst implementation of it in the worst possible circumstance.
And it's just because that area in general, right, is just kind of a problem across the board.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. First I thought this was a secret. I don't think there's actually any souls there. Other... Oh, I pressed that one. Whew. Good way to make sure you find it. was hoping I could drop down and plunge attack. Like that. Not from here anyway.
When you're in an area that's full of invisible paths, which path is the secret path?
This is why they give you so many prism stones.
Yeah.
No! Slippy slidey bridges. There's this like crystal snow that is falling on the path so you can see it. You can't see the whole thing, so you kind of have to intuit the rest of it.
Very kind of him to give you those prism stones just before you reach that area, though.
Yeah, that made me all kinds of suspicious that they throw 20 at you. Yeah, I'm getting tempted to just turn off PSN completely. I guess if that happens one more time, or if it happens somewhere important, I will just disconnect for today. I don't know what's going on, if it's on my end. Hopefully all those issues will go away when we move to Los Alamos. We're getting their fiber network, which is going to be awesome.
Oh, nice.
It's not Google Fiber, but they have like a municipal fiber thing set up. I called them.
I assume it'd be consistent.
Yeah, I said, what's, the most important thing for me is reliability. Like, speed is good too, but I just can't have it going down all the time, like I worry would be the case in a remote rural area. And I said, what was your downtime? And they said, last year it was 2 hours because someone dug and cut a cable. Like, 2 hours for an entire year is pretty good. I would imagine it would punish you a bit if you rely on the shield, because those big golems, when they hit you, I'm sure they knock you back. Maybe it's just a question of like these particular enemies, you don't need to, you don't really need to roll to dodge them. You can just kind of walk around them. And that the recovery frames, even on fast dodge, can be pretty brutal. Isn't that thing off again? Kind of reminds me there's this tree branch in Blight Town that's really slippery. You might just want to double back.
That one tree branch, yeah.
Flips that corpse. But I want to just pillage. Man, it's like, I don't know if it's based on the roll action, that if you roll and then touch the slippy slidey crystal, you just fall to your death instantly. That one I was trying to like go on a straightward fort line. I think I'm going to drop down this time, grab whatever the item is for Pillage Corpse. I didn't even realize that it was interactable. I could just try to face tank the golem and just hit him as much as I can, but he has way more health than the standard one. Yeah, it's been pretty frustrating, Kami. The people out here at Slack are, for the most part, really just aren't our tribe. When we were in Columbus, like, she was getting her PhD, just about everybody in the grad program was nerdy, video games, Magic the Gathering, kind of stuff that we're into, fun TV shows. Everybody at Slack is too cool for school. Like, really? You think that playing video games is a productive use of your time? Yes. That ultra pretentious
bunch of slackers.
Bay Area. Ah. Yeah, right, Leon?
It's a stimulating use of your time. I don't understand why that's not immediately obvious to people. Why? I know it's the common thing to say, but you're gonna sit in front of your couch watching CBS, or you're gonna play a video game. Which one involves more thinking? Isn't
Yeah.
that obvious to people?
Yeah. The kind of brain training thing. There's lots of ways that I'll sell it.
I was talking to a friend of mine that was in a car accident a couple weeks ago and had a concussion, has a concussion. And so they were telling him the things that he can't do because you just brain stimulation is bad. Like you can't have tea or coffee because of the caffeine.
Oh wow.
But he's not allowed to watch TV, and he's really, really not allowed to play video games. He can listen to podcasts. Like listening is fine, but using your eyeballs is bad, and using your eyeballs and coordinating them with your hand-eye motion, your hand motion, is really, really bad.
Hoping he'll just slip off eventually. Or he could kill me, that's cool too. So all that for blue Titanite chunk, just look like there's another path from down there. I will ask chat and Playerwing if you know, in the interest of time, is there anything else down that path aside from that item that I picked up? Or is that a dead end?
On that beam you dropped on, you're done with that beam.
Okay, that's a good way to phrase it, thank you. I'm not going to go down there and fight the big golem and die a whole bunch more times.
Pax, did you get any info on how long that concussion diagnosis was going to go on? Like, how long does he have to stop doing all that?
It was 2 weeks for him. But I think it was a minor concussion. I mean, I've another guy I know had one, and it was 6 or 8 weeks where he couldn't do any physical activity beyond, walking around.
Kind of wild how serious concussions actually are, given how they've been downplayed, at least for most of my child. Like, oh, he's got a concussion, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is no.
Well, he said it was really weird. Like he watched a soccer game anyway, just because and he felt fine during the soccer game, and then after 30 minutes of it, he just felt like shit. And he said he couldn't describe it a different way. He just felt like shit.
I wish I knew more about how the brain repaired itself.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that in terms of like a muscle injury. A lot of times you're told to work it out to, prevent scar tissue from forming and make protein synthesis happen to make sure you're getting, usable muscle back.
Right.
But I don't think the brain repairs that way, right?
Yeah, in fact, they told him not to work out at all, not to ride his bike or do anything other than walking, because your body needs to devote all of its resources to healing the brain, whatever that means. It's got to do all of that.
I believe it. That's super interesting.
The only path that I see here is the secret path. See if there's another more different secret path. I should probably just look around this whole area, see if there's somewhere else, the platform that I can reach. Maybe possible. Okay, that is not a path. Leap of faith. With the Latin up, Jehovah begins with R. J. Really don't like the paths that have the slippery slopes on them. Hey, unless you're
That's just a... They put that there just to make you clench a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, right. I think it would still catch you. Okay. Alright, well, I am confident that I am not done with the Pretty Crystal area, but what I'm not at all confident of... Ben, what are you doing? There are no waffles in the fort cabinet. What I'm not at all confident of is if there's any progress to be made here at all. Like, there's another secret path I can drop down to there. Drawing my attention to it, I can try to watch for other snowflakes falling. Yeah, I like having the big butterflies here, if nothing else, just as a set piece. Very pretty. Oh wait, I think I see.
It's a good counterpoint to the archives where there's an enemy on every corner and long narrow hallways.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to open things up.
Some stressful. Everything's fine, everything's good. Keep walking. I really like this mechanic of hiding it from you, though. Really smart. Ah, so this would have been my way back up if I had walked instead of jumping from the top, I think. Gotta be more to this, though. You gotta like your crystal levels in video games. Do we see another place where snow is falling? See anything? I don't really want to go fight that guy. He sucked really bad. But maybe there's still progress to be made on this invisible beam. Did you know that Donkey Kong Country 2 is not called Diddy Kong's Quest?
It's Diddy's Conquest.
Yeah, isn't that clever?
I think someone had to point that out to me.
I didn't know it. I thought it was Diddy Kong's Quest. Okay, so to keep me from randomly falling off this specific ledge 50 more times, is progress ahead of either of these little secret paths, or do I need to be backtracking to find the next place I can go forward?
Let me see. No, it's not on these paths. I may have misled you with the way I phrased that first one that you asked for about that one particular beam.
Is there more to be done on that beam, like as far as moving further into the level?
Not that beam, but you did drop on something before you dropped on that beam.
Okay, thank you. That's helpful. I'm gonna drop PlayStation Network, since it keeps disconnecting me this morning. Just so that doesn't happen when I'm like slow walking off of the platform.
Yeah.
Alright, see you, sir. Yeah, right, Washu, no kidding. Yeah, I kind of ruled out that platform. Now. Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Good way to put it. Thought the entire purpose of that beam was just to drop down there, but the fact that there's... I see why you shouldn't expect that, because there's two ways to get there. Why would there be one that's right above him when you can't even use it to plunge attack onto him? Really love that this appears to be mandatory, that this isn't just some secret. You get an item. No, you're gonna go walk on an invisible bridge, man. Progress through this cave. Do it. Don't bitch about it. You know what would be really swell would be a bonfire. Don't think we're getting a shortcut here. Not particularly. What the shit is that? What the shit is that? Here's where like the 4-second hitbox delay doesn't matter because you know what it is I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like have a damage component. They're easy to stagger, that's good. Ow. Oh, that's... Maybe that's just a funny corpse they leave behind, but maybe it's important too. No, I worry about that corpse. No, you Dark Souls. Probably doesn't do anything. I guess you clip through it, it's not a problem. Okay. I was expecting that they had some kind of like final attack thing if you walked into their mouth when they died.
Nah. But like every clam, they do have some fat loot on occasion.
It's
Inside.
Pearl.
Those skull pearls?
No! Oh, great. There's 4 of them. That's a high number of enemies trying to fight this. Can we make that, like, 1? Yes, there is. There's little snowflakes falling down in the Supra. And the snowflakes will land on the ground if you're able to walk on the path. It's actually exceedingly clever. What I would love to find is if there's any items in this game that increase my stamina recovery.
Oh, there may be something akin to that.
Endurance build. Having more max stamina is one thing, but having more, like a faster recovery would be much better.
Would be a game changer, wouldn't it?
We have to come back here. I'm sure we're going to have to eventually if we die. Try to move through this path more carefully and fight them one at a time. I don't like fighting 4 of them in a narrow pathway. Oh, Twinkling Titanite. Yeah, that's good. I think I need to use that to upgrade my Silver Knight shield. There's a specific sound effect playing when you should be able to see snowflakes. That's a cool way to do it. Yeah, the little tinkle noise.
Oh, you found a Twinkling Titanite. Yeah, this is the best place to farm those in the game. Or these enemies, rather.
Yeah, not trial and error. That would be awful.
The Twinkling Titanite is usually used to upgrade boss weapons.
Yeah, I've actually had to use it to upgrade my Silver Knight shield.
Ah.
Interesting. Dude made out of stone. Oh, shit. Didn't realize what I was just walking to. Yeah, I'm with you, Super. Oh, look at that. You dick of a game. Hey, it's our buddy. Can you not? Oh, that's a long walk if I have to come back. There's a lot of invisible platforms if I missed another bonfire.
Lapped it.
All I did was kill a little icicle thing that they called attention to in the cutscene. There's no way out, which is fine. Running in towards, I'm guessing walking into the snowy ground is a overall bad idea, but maybe that's just for show. It looked like there was a pattern there, but maybe not. Couldn't see what happened. Oh, okay, it's not that bad. I thought the fog was going to kill me. That's cool. Does have a back attack though. And some tail strikes. And he's got multiple tails. Got it. Got lots of tails, actually. don't really have enough Estus flasks going into this fight. Unfortunately, I waste them all on those stupid clams. So if we don't win this one, we can try it again. Ouch. I'm more wary of that. I have 5 heal miracles. Looks like I can get far enough away from him to use those safely. And Bloom, making it hard for me to see what I can and can't do. I don't know if this guy is immune to bleed. I would guess so, since he's a crystal man. That was a really big attack. Yeah, so much for being over-leveled, right? I was worried about having done too much spending of my souls on dexterity. It doesn't matter. You'll still die if you're not paying attention on this guy. Might get me, like, kill him a hit or two sooner. That's gonna be about the extent of it. Uh-oh, that seems like bad times for me. This is the fight where it's really good to have low encumbrance. Dash attack, pretty sweet for this. Uh-oh, here comes big tail swipe, I take it. Get the hell out of town. No, maybe not. There he goes. So angry.
Pretty mad at you.
Let's play it safe. Trying to get away whenever I start to expect that he's going to use a tail swipe attack. I worry that that's going to kill me pretty quickly if we're not careful. Not just yet. Nope. Get out of dodge, get out of dodge, get out of dodge, get out of dodge! Be a dodging. Ah! We're okay, we're okay. Really worried that we were about to not be okay. Whew.
Oh, did you first try Seath?
Yeah.
Oh, you first
pretty
tried
well.
Seath.
Nice. Yeah, so the
We've got this, Marstead. Where? How? Where? First try.
the major boon I had there was my like dashing stab. I'm not sure every weapon has a attack that when you're dashing gets really that much forward momentum.
Mm.
It made that much more
Yeah, having a
powerful.
stab is a really useful part of a katana build like that. So yeah, you had good instincts on cutting the crystal there. That would have been regenerating his health if it was still up.
Screw that noise.
Yeah. You would have also noticed that if you got off any hits on him during the place where you died inside the library. So ostensibly that's why he's pissed at you. He says, oh no, you
Okay.
found his secret health regenerating crystal.
That's why we were able to beat him here when we couldn't earlier.
Yeah.
And you said that there's a way to avoid having him kill you, like to truly have no deaths. You just have to not go in that room or flip into the.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
There's an elevator early on in the archives. That first one, or I guess it's the second one you take. But if you go up the elevator on the way to his lair, and then you start to tell it to go back down, if you jump from that elevator on its way down, you can land on a lower floor of the archives if you get it just right and get onto a path you're not supposed to be able to get to until after you're jailed. So it's kind of a skip, not intended, but
So it really is intended that you die.
yeah, it's pretty much intended you die. And
That's cool.
incidentally, I guess this is probably the last large chance. Well, no, I won't say that. But you noticed that he was building up a little meter on you with those crystals. That was a curse mechanic that you haven't seen yet.
Oh.
That's all I'll go into with that.
Yeah, I saw that meter building. Is that just whenever I was standing near him? Was that in response to an attack he was using, like his little crystals?
Yep, it was from the crystals itself.
Cool.
You have pretty good curse resist, it looks like, on whatever set you're wearing.
Alright, so I think that wraps up the Duke's archives for now. Other places I haven't really explored include the Catacombs. And when it made all the little gold doors go away, I only was looking at the screen long enough to see the one for Anne Orlando and the underground one in the lava pit. Were there two other ones that I should have recognized? See you, Super.
There were two other ones. You have not seen the other two other ones.
Okay, thank you. I'll get to exploring.
Yeah, Spiky, that's hard to cut off his tail in that fight.
How do you do that? Do you have to go for a certain tail or something?
You were hitting the right tail, that middle one, but it's the very end of it you have to hit. You can't hit it up near his butthole where you were doing it. So it's kind of difficult, even if you know.
I didn't realize what I said yes to there. Didn't see the save menu, so we might still be okay. We'll see. Can you ever get away with, like, quit gaming out of something? Or do you have to be really fast with it?
Oh yeah, you can sometimes get away with it. In fact, a lot of times what people will do to also get places they aren't supposed to be is they'll jump off into a hole, and then they'll quit the game before they die, and the game will reload them into a spot they're not supposed to be at yet.
Oh, that's
because
interesting.
they've crossed over a boundary.
I get stuck in this game when the game asks me yes and no questions, because I'll often say, like, do you not want to don't go to?
Right.
I need to really closely study what she was saying there. This is the Lady Onion Knight. And so the large ember that I found, does that unlock my ability to upgrade all weapons beyond +5, or did it only let me upgrade a single weapon?
Nope, you're good for all weapons +5 now.
Okay, cool. So I
Um,
could, but I'm not like on an unavoidable path now where I will always be playing as the katana wielder.
No. Actually, let me link you the upgrade build chart because you're pretty far in now, and it is. Well, I won't. I want you to meet one more dude before I link you that. But there's a complicated upgrade system in this game, and a lot of different elements that require a lot of different embers. It's part of what increases the replay value, honestly. So it's kind of neat in that respect. But
I haven't seen her. Like last time I saw her dad, he was here, and now he's not at Firelink. Like, does my answer to her matter at this point in the game? Do you know?
I believe she will push off somewhere.
Regardless
If
of
you
what I
told
say.
her. Yeah, at some point.
But that's regardless of whether I say yes or no. I don't want to pick the wrong answer. Like, I'd like to progress her story.
Well, I think one answer does progress, but I forget whether or not you actually have to have seen Meyer.
Because I haven't bumped into him again since he was here. I'll wait until I see him and come back. It looks like the menu doesn't change at all, so I want to be truthful with her. Well, in that case, I got the menu pop up and I didn't really grasp the question that she asked. And she said something like, "Oh, I'm sorry he's been in trouble." I was like, "Wait, did she just ask me if he was being a pain in the ass?" Because that's not the case. He's great. I love Onion Knight. He's the man.
He's pretty cool.
Never gonna use these. Hold on to the boot. That seems like a big deal because it's only brings it down a step.
well.
It sounds like.
Then stay still for a moment.
We're gonna go check out the catacombs this time. We never went super far in there. We got into a room that had a bunch of skeletons that just permanently were respawning, and then I couldn't figure anything else out from there. I don't know if anything's changed. I guess the last time we went there, we still hadn't rung both bells, and we hadn't beat Ornstein and Smo. Best warp scene ever. I'm lucky doing that didn't crash my capture card. My card gets really upset when I go from the PlayStation dashboard to a game, especially to like a PS2 or PS1 game.
Looked like it went no signal for just a second.
Probably don't have to do that every single time, but you don't need to eat anybody, I'll just walk right. Alright, there might still be stuff worth checking out in Blight Town as much as I abhor the idea of returning there. I haven't really didn't find anything that was suspicious in that general area, I think. Although maybe that's what the Spider Queen, she's an extension of Blight Town. But I'll go check the catacombs first. I love that when you come here at the beginning of the game, these things just kick your ass.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a subtle indication that maybe you should go the other way.
Yeah. It's cool that it's technically open, though.
Got base cannon over here, right? You did, because I made that joke.
But these ones actually perma-die. I can tell because they give me souls when they drop. This is where we got the Zweihander, which we're probably not ever going to use. Oh, I missed a soul of some kind. Oh, cool. Binoculars. That's fun. Might end up using that later.
Yeah.
Give it to me there for a reason. There's probably nothing for me to look at here, but I'll take a look. I guess this is one of the items I could have started with too, right?
Yep. They're useful for aiming, actually. Of course, you can always just quit and go to your bow as well.
That's cool. So you can use that to aim like a throwable item, for example?
Yeah, you sure can.
That's cool. Happy little accidents. Alrighty. I found an NPC when I was doing my my little Titanite chunk farming. I found this dude by Firelink where you jump over onto a bridge. He looks like a druid, and he sells a bunch of cool stuff. Like he sold a Smo's set. I finished him last.
Hi, Shimai. That was the guy that you had met on your way into Blighttown at the end of the depths, who was sitting cross-legged there too.
Thank you.
Same dude.
And he's just gonna
Domhnall.
stay. I have to like jump over to get to him. It was kind of a nerve-wracking jump. Not very far from
It
the
is kind of
bonfire.
nerve-wracking. He is the one that will sell you Ornstein or Smo's set as well after you beat them. So if you go back, he might have that if you wanted it.
Something in the hole down. These guys don't stay dead. There's a ladder, okay. These guys also don't stay dead, question mark? Apparently. Let's keep moving then. The last time I came here, I didn't even realize that I could drop down safely there. The fact that they keep reviving makes being able to kill them in one hit pretty important to being able to meaningfully progress in here, I think.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what's up, buddy? You're clearly not a good guy. Turns out he was a really important merchant NPC. Whoa! Another bonfire. Interesting. Why can't I interact with the bonfire? Was he an important NPC? Oh, never mind. There we go.
He was an enemy, not an NPC.
He was an enemy. Okay, thank you. Whenever I see the humanoid creatures, I get worried. But he was like pointing his
Yeah.
scary lantern towards you. Oh, he must have been like a necromancer because now the skeletons aren't getting back up.
Yeah, exactly. Good job.
Cool. Go ahead and stoke this thing. Kindle it. So when I did my humanity farm so that I could get more Titanite chunks, I didn't realize until about Humanity 17 that the magic find cap stops at 10 points. Like, oh, this is kind of excessive. Why does it keep counting after 10? Does that matter? Does it do anything else?
You get slight stat bonuses. I forget the differences in the Soul games, but I think you get a little bit of defense.
Oh,
if
is it
you
like
go
how
all the
when
way up to
you,
99.
no matter what you level it up, it kind of increases your defense a little to make sure that you're becoming slightly more resilient as you play through the game?
Yeah. I think they don't expect you to have a whole lot on you at any one point in time, unless you're PvPing or something. So I know a lot of people in PvP end up with 99 soft humanity stat.
Oh, that's cool. Big stat upgrade. I see. So I'm guessing the necromancers are permadead once you kill them. No, this is new. What's up? There are weapons that do damage at scale with your humanity? That's kind of cool.
Ah,
That rewards you
That
for
is.
not ever dying, or at least always being able to get your corpse back, I suppose.
yep. When you talk to Quelaag's spider sister, she gave you a pyromancy called Chaos Fireball, or Chaos Magic Fireball or something. The chaos in front of it indicates what Spiky just said, that
Oh, I
it scales with
see.
humanity.
Whenever you see something that has chaos in the name. So like the chaos katana that I could have picked up. But I'm not going. These guys are a little bit nastier. Yeah, Chaos Blade. I don't recognize the icon for the thing that's building up on me right now. Hey. Did they do bleed?
I think that's bleed, yeah.
Okay. I should be worried about that. Well, I think I have a shit ton of bleed resist from all my endurance and other things, so it might be okay. Yeah, so I probably could have survived here way earlier in the game than now. Like if I had come here when I first did and continued through it. Ooh. Okay, lesson learned. Those things, that happens. Sends Fortress all over again. Oh yeah, I guess you can kind of tell where you should have been in the game by like what kind of souls they're giving you when you find random souls in the environment. You're getting the nameless soldiers. Probably was expected to come here a bit sooner in the game. Oops. Two weeks that seems pretty aggressive. I don't know. I was just talking with Flarewing before stream that I might go ahead and to get more Dark Souls on the stream once we beat Zelda. We'll replace Zelda Day with Dark Souls Day. Hey, it's floating heads that I can't damage. Whoa, that do a giant fire explosion. Oh, those are the things that were in the pit earlier. I don't know, I guess they're ghosts. Probably another trap. This is not crossable in a meaningful way. God. But maybe they're killable at some point. Now, for now, they're just a hazard. Figure out doing this with pushing these to. Very nice of them to give you damage immunity when you're interacting with stuff in the environment. They didn't have to do that.
They actually removed that in Dark Souls 2
Yeah.
and brought it back in Bloodborne. It is very nice to have.
So there's a necromancer out here somewhere. It's a cool way to teach you about the necromancer mechanic. Ow. Gonna force you to run into one when you're going to the bonfire.
Yeah, a lot of people have mentioned that this area is pretty well laid out, actually, to teach you the main mechanics.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna do Castlevania for a 24-hour stream. Metroid's actually already on the voting spreadsheet. We've already beaten like 3 of them. Do Mega Man after Dark Souls. The original plan was Metal Gear Solid, but I'm a little bit less stoked for that after hearing about MGS5.
I'm also a huge apologist for that game.
Oh, even with the stuff missing at the end?
Even with the stuff missing.
Whoa. Okay.
Although that is a damn shame.
Fix. Oh, right. Oh, that's too bad. It's down on some souls. I didn't realize what I was looking at until it was too late. Do those things ever respawn once they fade away, or are they gone forever? The soul bugs?
Oh, the crystal lizards. Actually, you can quit out to the menu right now and respawn them if you're right next to them.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is what people do that a lot, actually.
I love the Metal Gear Solid series with all of my heart, and I was planning right after Zelda was done to play through them, but then I heard that MGS5 is technically unfinished, that the whole falling out between Kojima and Konami happened before the game was done, so they like kicked him out, and then kind of finished the game behind his back, so to speak, but didn't really finish it. So without having played it, I've heard that it just kind of ends maybe 70% of the way through the story, and that Kojima got back at them by sneaking some of the cutscenes and events they were going to include onto it was like a DVD that came with the game.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It might have been in the special edition, but it's up on YouTube, and it's reused. It's non-finished art assets. It is some text on the screen. I forget if there's voices or not, but a lot of the animation is done, so you can pretty much see what they're going for on the last couple of resolution things.
Yeah, I like Kojima Looney Tunes story sometimes. I think it got a little overbearing in 2 and 4 in some parts. I think that 1 and 3 are about perfect, what I want to see. But I'd really be going through it so I can get to Metal Gear Solid 3. It's my favorite in the series. 2 and 4 are still really good games. I don't dislike them. It's just it's super convoluted. Like Tetsuya Nomura levels of convoluted. Skull Lantern. Oh, that's cool. I really like that you can get the gear sets of just about everything you see in the game.
Yeah.
It's like realistically equipable.
Like, hey, we made this as a asset. Why don't we give the player the chance to use it?
Yeah.
Very basic level. It's kind of neat.
So like if I wear Smo's set, it doesn't make me huge, right? It just kind of scales down to my character's size.
Oh, you have to get it to find out.
Okay. Probably won't like actually buy it in this playthrough. I've invested so
Makes you,
much
like,
into
30
upgrading
feet
my
tall.
knight armor. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, you're pretty large, but you're not as large as Smo.
This looks like death. Yeah, 3 is Snake Eater. Really excellent game. So good. The silly magic stuff is charming to me. Like, I really like the whole Psycho Mantis reading your memory card, telling you that you're reckless because you never save your game, mentioning that you like Super Smash Brothers if you're playing Twin Snakes. Like, that shit is hysterical to me. Or like the end being photosynthetic. It's super goofy, but it's awesome.
It's funny as hell. 2 minutes into MGS5, you have Kiefer Sutherland saying stuff like that, like, press the X button. And you're like, what? It's really funny. It's great.
Kojima doesn't shy away from...
Yeah.
Well, I just activated a switch that did something. What exactly it did, I don't think I know yet. So far, it's like made bridges pop out of his temple. Like the scene in 2 where he's like, infinite ammo. He's just gonna say that. Okay, so this is, I've actually already been here. I am a little bit lost. Why would I pull it back out? Oh, I guess that would just be to piss off. I see how this thing works. Better camp. On one side, it's an uncrossable barrier. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just hit that.
Popular for invaders to fuck with people using these things.
Yeah, that's interesting that you can flip them back. They must have enabled that for precisely that reason. Now I could drop down. Yeah, what? Here's the other one, which we're able to see across the way. Okay, I don't know where that affected, but we'll look for it. Stay away from the spike statues, although our armor is so high right now. Like, I think my armor's up to +9 on most of my pieces. But it does almost no damage to me. Okay, I think this is the bridge that we just got going the way we want it to go, but I am not confident that I can make that jump. And if I go back the way I just came... Oh, there we go. Alright, so I got 6 Estus flasks, probably a boss fight through here. Oh, never mind. Okay, so I've been playing Dark Souls for something like 30 hours, and I still, my interpretation of the foggy white doors is maybe this is a boss fight, and they intentionally make it so it's not always a boss fight, to keep you on your toes, I guess?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Anyway, people are, oh, that's fucked up. Secret room, you walk too far over, fall to your death. All just enemies? Oh, there's a necromancer out here still. Okay, take care of that first. Well, the fact that I got a disconnected from the access point message leads me to believe that the issues with my connection are related to my PlayStation's Wi-Fi. I'll see if I can plug it in with Ethernet. Hey, Lufia. Happy Saturday. How's your morning? Find the necromancer. Reason killing those guys right now. That's a cool way to do it. They need to have the white fog to keep you from backtracking after a boss fight. But if you always knew, oh, there's the boss fight, I guess I should be ready. Making you not sure is a good way to do it, I think. Oh. Alright, so if you're watching after the fact on YouTube, there might be a little bit of downtime here. My internet just died, so I'm going to go try to restart the internet and see if that fixes it. Hey, can you hear me?
Hear you fine.
Internet
See you
died.
fine too.
Perfect. My entire internet this morning just crapped itself.
It's the Final Fantasy 14 god has found out where we went.
Yeah, right. Cracked down. I get my bots logged back in. Started. And if you are one of the kind folks, either Serp or Dieter, who after the fact is timestamping this YouTube video, and this is your point to mention that the downtime ended. Come here. Future Serp, future Dieter. Might not work if it doesn't, it's okay. Oh, my kingdom for fiber. No more Comcast.
Yeah.
Time Warner in Columbus still, Apex?
Yeah, that's the one I use. It's not so bad.
Time Warner wasn't too bad. I don't remember having too many troubles.
Just Ted Turner's bitch is what you are.
Basically.
Hey, Lufia. Hi a second time. I think I replied to you, but it took me about 20 seconds to realize that my internet went down. First thing that popped up was the PlayStation. It was like, your access point's disconnected. Oh, that must have been the problem. Oh, wait. No, it's not the whole thing. Interesting. Secret death hole. Best kind of death hole. Oh, I see. And there's some conveyance as to whether a part of the floor is going to drop out or not. Still can't perma kill these. Whoa! Haven't seen you guys in a while. And just wrecked me. Now I know it's down there.
Yeah, this is a tough location to fight those guys.
Oh, that's a bummer, Chaos. Yeah, I can hear that, Cappy. It's based on whether or not I feel like they have to compete in a given area. I did, yeah. Got it first try. Went really well. That's suspicious thing. It wasn't actually anything. That's the kind of thing I'll do in the future. I think this is for.
Yeah, I really like Seath's tail weapon that he drops. Unfortunately, we missed it. It's actually a recurring weapon in all of From Software's games.
Oh, that's cool.
It's called the Moonlight Greatsword. Big old blue shining sword.
And you have to cut his tail off for it.
Yeah, it's the only way to get it.
Alright, we're not doing the stupid D&D rules where undead are immune to critical hits.
Gotta use a blunt weapon.
It's
Yeah,
not a
right.
terrible idea.
I can still see them being weak against blunt, that's fine. The Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 campaign I'm playing with this other streamer is very, very strict about undead not being vulnerable to critical hits, so we have a rogue in our party and they're basically shit out of luck because all the enemies in the game are undead. That in the adventure that we're doing right now. It's one of those, like, yeah, it makes sense. I get why they're not vulnerable to critical hits. It's very flavorful, but it's like the whole, you can cast fire on a fire elemental in Final Fantasy XIV and it's still effective. You're not just excluded from content because you happen to play as a black mage. It's a tough problem to solve.
Yeah, it works with the game.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right, though. Blunt is strong on skeletons in this game as well. He is basically littered in D&D for the most part.
Yeah, I see the D&D feel just all over the place. It's awesome. It's like D&D and Diablo.
Attacks generally can be classified as slashing, blunt, or thrusting
Thrusting to piercing.
in this game.
Gotcha.
Some enemies are weak or strong to some. In this game, it's a little less important than other games to determine which of those types of swings you're doing.
Oh, it becomes more important for certain enemies later on. Like I'm guessing
but-
those slimes I were fighting, like classically slimes are resistant to slashing damage.
Yeah, they may have been as well. In Demon Souls, that was pretty much the rule you needed. I may be overstating its case, but I remember Demon Souls being very Mega Man-like in the sense that you could go to a lot of different areas, but if you didn't have the right weapon, you'd have a lot harder time. So you almost had to get the correct thing to progress there.
I see.
This game is toned down a bit.
Right, right. I feel like it's not so much that you could get a better katana, but you could get a different katana, is my way of thinking about this game so far. Maybe that's not the best way to think about it. Like, different katanas will have different animation styles. Maybe you prefer the overhead swing. Like, this is the only katana in the game that does this attack where you put the sword in your sheath and then attack out with it, as I understand it.
I believe that's right, yeah.
Are there truly weapons, or this is just a flat, objectively better upgrade?
Not in the sense that you're thinking. There are some the community has pretty much decided this is 90% of the moveset of this other weapon, but the 10% is flatly better, so it is a better weapon kind of thing. But
That falchion, though. Man, chill it out there, buddy.
Crescent Falcon and Demon Souls, right? I know what you're talking about, Chaos.
Black Knight, Great Axe, White Titan. Guessing that it seems like the Black Knights all perma-die when you kill them. I don't know if that's it's true.
I forget, honestly. I think they actually respawn.
Whoa. Is there a ladder in here? My kingdom for the location of the necromancer. There's me a different way out of here. Whoa! What's this Goron dude?
Goron, dude.
Oh, he's not a Goron at all. That's a really funny character design.
This is the bane of the Souls community known as the Wheel Skeleton.
They're pretty awesome. I like this style. These ones can actually die, so that's good to know. You're another blacksmith, sir. Aw, I totally would have made that a secret door. Whoa, my game just locked. Did that ever happen? Like,
Locked?
yeah, like it's just frozen after I hit that wall.
Ooh.
All right, let's click out.
Still
so that I
moving.
don't
Oh,
crash.
that's interesting. That's kind of weird.
Oh wait, you have been signed out from the PlayStation Network.
Oh, that whole thing again, yeah.
I didn't even think I was signed in the first place.
I had no idea that the code for this game was so tied like that.
Yeah, that it's checking constantly.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense, but
Go back to being offline. That was the no-no wall. Yeah. like when you hear the blacksmith hammer, it gives you a hint that there's something you should be looking for.
Yeah.
Bane of the Souls community, huh?
You're wrecking them. I'll give you that.
Is it just that you have to chase after them, or that they just roll at you and there's something you can do? I think it's also because I'm coming to this area way later than I could have gotten away with coming here.
That helps, and it's also the fact that they will gangbang you very badly.
Oh, I see. You go into that room and they just all bum rush you. Got Flarewing and Apex online with me. We were going to play some Final Fantasy XIV this morning, but the fates did not allow for it. Data center was down. Authentication issues. It's like, oh, you need your authenticator in order to fix an authenticator problem.
I mean, I blame Square Enix for that, but I blame the stupid Chinese hackers as much as anything
Oh, right.
for those kind of issues.
Making it even necessary in the first place.
For making it necessary, yeah.
Yes, Lame, the problem I want to get around is exactly what they would want to get around to take your account.
Yeah.
So I can't complain too much.
Right.
I'm still going to complain, but I guess I should.
There's still
Bam!
gotta be a...
Did you see that Will Skeleton go when you hit him?
I did. It went
That's ridiculous.
flying in the sky. It was pretty awesome.
I love ragdolls.
Why would they even have this here? There's gotta be a secret wall somewhere. No?
I mean, your instincts are good. You may not make any progress doing it this way, though.
Okay, so my instincts are strike every single portion of the wall from the door there to the exit. That's not going to do anything, is what you're telling me, in the interest of saving time?
There's a more outside-the-box way of getting in there, and it's not in this room.
Okay, thank you. Wait. Alright, well, I'll try backtracking a little bit. Since I killed the Necromancer, maybe I can have a little bit more freedom moving backward. I'm totally willing to hit every square inch of the wall. Although it doesn't seem like that's ever particularly necessary. There's usually some kind of visual tell that it's suspicious or fake. That's also very D&D, the whole fake wall thing.
What's annoying in the second Dark Souls game is your durability will break on your weapon really, really quickly, at least before they patched it, when you try to do things like that.
Oh, really? Interesting.
And they changed it in Dark Souls 2, so invisible walls, you can't roll into them. You have to press the A button to get them to open up. Just kind of a weird change, but...
Oh, so will it show up as a prompt?
No.
Oh, okay, so you just have to kind of run up to the wall and spam.
Yeah, I went through the whole game thinking there wasn't any because I was trying to hit him or roll into him.
Oh,
And
that's
realized you press X.
You know, I'm getting the sense that it's not really worth fighting these guys most of the time, except for whatever it is they drop. Like, they tend to guard something. You can go grab it and just get the hell out of there, because they're kind of a pain in the ass.
Pretty good instinct.
Get the job done.
God damn it.
I don't like durability in most games, depending on how it's done. It's usually not an interesting mechanic. I think it's pretty well done in this game, where most of the time weapon durability doesn't matter as long as you're repairing occasionally. What it enables is the design space of an enemy that really itself isn't that threatening, but it can use acid and destroy your weapon really quickly, sort of like a rust monster in D&D. That's cool, I think. Alright, so if I can get to it, I don't think it's going to be from backtrack. can break your weapon before unlocking the ability to repair it. If you break it, does it just cost extra to repair it or something?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's not Seath before. It's not. I didn't walk the rest of the way down that path. Neat. Cool. Okay. You know, I think the Dungeons and Dragons comparison is about as close as possible, where you just have a D&D adventure with a GM that's just kind of throwing you into it. Oh, cool. Pinwheel.
Yeeky deaky.
Oh, magic? Oh, great. Summoning clones. Best mechanic. Clones. Track of which one's real. It's still worth killing the other ones so that they're not attacking me. I can't always hit the clones. Oh wait, maybe I can. Oh my god, are you serious? That's a way too many. Oh, I like how they each have their own. Oh, hey, there's the rite of kindling. So I could have come here way earlier in the game. I was super overleveled for that fight.
No, this is the easiest fight in the game. Everyone says it.
Oh yeah.
Most people end up coming here about when you came here, actually. Despite it being tuned, obviously, to you coming here earlier.
One of the three masks, Pinwheel, the necromancer who stole the power of the grave lord and reigns over the
Oh, you got the child. Damn it. So he had 3 masks, and he always drops one of his masks. The meme mask is the mask of the father.
Can I upgrade this at all? I'm tempted to switch to it. It has
Oh, I love the mask of the child.
yeah, it has
It's pretty
stamina recovery. I was just talking about that.
Yep.
Do you know if it can be upgraded at all though?
Oh, I believe you can upgrade it, not the stamina recovery ability.
Right,
I may
but
be
just
wrong
the
on that,
like the
but-
defense on it.
It might be one of those Twinkling Titanite that you can, but it's hard to upgrade.
I see.
Check that for you.
Cool. So I could have come here way earlier and then had the advantage of
Being able to kindle. Yep.
yeah, up to 15. Then I don't think
Actually,
that would have mattered in most fights. Might have helped a little
it's
bit
up to
with
20.
Einstein. 20.
You can kindle
Good.
twice more. Twice more to
not
20.
shit. Yeah, that could have helped.
Actually, I didn't kindle anything. I didn't realize you could my first time through the game.
Oh, you never kindled at all.
No.
Nice. Deedly 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 dee dee. Yeah, I didn't realize that it looked like hitting his clones was also damaging him. If it had been you had to find the real one, then that fight could have been really, really difficult.
I think it was only damaging when you hit the real one.
Oh, here we
But
go. Better.
you were doing so much DPS with those one hits, you probably didn't notice.
What sort of things should be spoiled? Like the Kindle
You're right,
mechanic?
kindling.
Yeah, well, just knowing that you can Kindle in the first place, I think, is a big deal. Since that's so critical to the game. I had somebody pop in when I very first started playing who was really upset that I was just asking, "What's humanity?" and they're like, "Figure it out." I'm like, if it's just a basic game mechanic, then I would like to know. sometimes it can be fun to figure out, like having to figure out that the white light was sometimes misleading and tricky, because that one was one where, you know, you can try to cheat it and turn around right after you traverse the white light to see if it blocks your path. That one didn't, but it's because your path was blocked in another more clever way.
So incidentally, the Mask of the Child doesn't upgrade.
Does
just
not.
if you want to.
Okay.
Does not,
I'll
yeah.
probably keep it on then. I can see if I can maybe take advantage of the fact that I have more encumbrance from wearing it. I will take extra stamina recovery over extra armor all day. Well, this is kind of cool. Looks like I have to follow the lights. Whoa! You died.
You did it.
Alright, so don't fall in the holes.
Welcome to the
Okay.
Tomb of the Giants.
Unlock the shortcut. Like that part of shortcutting here is letting you permanently kill those skeletons by killing the necromancers. It's a smart way. I like how it's not just, oh, bonfire, bonfire, bonfire. There's lots of different creative ways that the game speeds up your salty run back.
Yep.
That's a pretty significant stamina increase, too, or I can take advantage of the additional encumbrance I have with it. So is the child mask, is it just like a 1 in 3 drop, which one you get, or is it based on what you do during the fight?
It's a 1 in 3 drop, is my understanding.
So like if you wanted to collect everything in the game, you'd have to do multiple new game pluses, and you'd have to restart every time you get...
For this particular instance, you can buy the others from another NPC that has not shown up yet.
Alright, there's still a suspicious room that we opened earlier that had a bunch of ranged enemies in it that I didn't explore. It was like a secret wall. It might actually be an area we've already passed for now. Come back to it. Hey, Safer. How you doing? Final Fantasy VIII fame. I think we just go this way. I know folks were saying that defense stats are kind of irrelevant in this game, but I've sort of found the opposite, that they do matter if they get really, really high. I'm guessing it's more like, you know, one individual point of defense is completely non-noticeable, but there's a huge difference between a, you know, knight's helmet +7 and this child's helmet.
Yeah, I agree. That's actually something they've been tuning over the Souls series. In Demon Souls, at some point, your level massively outweighed any usefulness armor could do for you, positive or negative. So in this game, they said, okay, let's let you have the ability to upgrade the armor with Titanite the same way you do weapons, and try to mitigate that. They found that to be a mostly good solution to the issue, but not a complete solution. So in Bloodborne, they actually got rid of the ability to upgrade armor again, but they made a percentage multiplier on every armor set. So every game is slightly different.
That's a cool way to do it. Still gotta be a necromancer down here that I'm not fighting. Statue? Shit. Whoa! Guessing there's no reason for me to fight him if I can just get resurrected. Dark Moon Seance ring.
That is worth checking the item description on, if I recall correctly.
Second. To not die here. Still don't know where. necromancer is that controls these guys. Gotta be a ladder here somewhere, right? There it is. Even the big guy gets back up. Good. Oh, I see. A lot of stuff changes between games. Huh, yeah, I don't know where the necromancer is back there. Oh well. Does stamina recovery drop to 0 when you are moving? Or I'm
Yes.
sorry, yeah, when you're
When
like,
you're running.
acting, yeah,
Yeah,
So-
when you're using it, it does not recover.
at all. So there's no like slight recovery that's happening while
No.
it's training. Gotcha. Really? How did that happen? Right, we're gonna look at that item. But
Hmm.
Darkmoon Seance, attunement slots, cool.
Yeah, spiky.
Dark Beauty and Last Born of Gwyn. Dark Sun Gwendolyn is the only remaining deity. Colors are few, tasks are vital important. They also got the White Seance ring. Ring of the Sun's first ring. Cool.
That doesn't give you as many hints as I thought it might. it does do a thing, though.
Hey Kodiak, thanks for the host. How was your stream this morning? We were going to be doing some Final Fantasy XIV today, but Fates would not have it. Yeah, I could see these wheels being a pain in the butt, especially when you're just trying to get through the room. How fast they move. Wow, and they sneak up behind you. Now, maybe part of the reason they're not as big of a problem for me is my poise rating is as high as it is. If they made me
Oh, yeah.
stagger, that would be... I could see just dying instantly.
Yep.
Oh, and then that happens. So much for wrecking the wheels. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna take them one at a time. I've learned my lesson. Jesus Christ. Whack, 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 whack.
Yep. That's wheels.
I understand now. So in some ways they're built to frustrate. As a reminder, if you guys haven't, you should definitely check out Galactic Kodiak stream. Favorite streamers on Twitch, twitch.tv/Galactic Kodiak. Have you checked out Dragon's Dogma yet, Apex or Flarewing?
No.
No, it's on my list.
It's a
Heard
Capcom
it's,
game. It's supposed to be really good.
Yeah. I've heard of everything that's attempting to do something similar to Souls. It's the successful one.
Really like the way it pulls off interaction line with other players. You like collect these pawn NPC allies that travel with you, and they gain experience, and their AI improves as they travel with you. So like,
Oh, no.
if you fight a goblin and you use a fire attack on the goblin, they're weak against fire, so the pawns learn that. And then later when you run into the goblins, they'll say, hey, it's a goblin, it's weak against fire, or hey, it's a cyclops, stab it in the eye. But the idea is that as you level up those pawns, every time you rest in an inn, the pawns that you're training become available for other people to take out an adventure with them. And you can, you know, take other people's pawns, you can put yours online. They're basically
actually sounds like a neat
NPC
mechanic.
allies. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really, really cool. I don't know if it's super broken, if, like, you can get a pawn in your party that's just so OP that it plays the game for you. Let's not drop into that hole and say we did. Yeah, Cloud Reaver. Maybe they're not a problem because my character's such a badass. Oh, really? It's like the game can hear your hubris. I think that's happened to me just about every time. I'm like, yeah, this is no big deal. Dead. You see what happens, Larry? Find a stranger in the Alps. There's got to be a bonfire not far into the giant area. Oh, I see. So you're restricted in how you hire pawns unless you use a currency for it. That's cool. Dang it, Bobby. Learn my lesson from these guys, eventually. Just drop down there. That's what I did the first time I came here. It's not a ton of damage. Uh-huh. I really like the plunge attack, but man, are there vulnerability frames after you use it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's still a necromancer here that I missed. Huh. Okay, let's do one wheel at a time here. Get hit by 2 of those in a row. Oh, it can hit the wheels. That's cool. I like when the enemy attacks interact with each other. Like I saw the Hydra destroying the golems before. Are there any iframes when you get knocked back? Like when you land on your butt?
Not when you're actually on the ground. Talking about like when the big skeleton blew up and hit you. Get a couple.
Oh, geez, no, Chaos. I completely forgot. Is the sale already over?
I think the sale goes on Steam until a few more days, like the 14th or something.
There's one on Steam as well. And is Dark Souls 2 good on PC in a way that the first one was not? Okay.
Yeah, you should definitely pick up Dark Souls 2 on PC just for 60 FPS.
You're right.
It is built into the game.
Yeah, and I have a pretty beastly machine, so I'd be able to deal with any frame rate issues later on.
Yeah. I guess there's a PS4 version as well that would also be pretty much equivalent, although if you want to do that.
It would be nice to have it on PC so I can skip the capture card as another failure point. It doesn't usually fail, but that does work. Cool idea, Mega Man. I didn't realize that would actually provide light. I guess that's what it does. That's the purpose.
Yep. It is a great benefit to have that in this area.
Alright, so this thing that says shortcut ahead, is it just saying this is how I get back? Because I explored this area before, and it just looked like a drop down. But it doesn't actually let me come back here quicker, I assume.
I believe they did fix the durability issue, yeah.
What a cool item. And what a cool way to reward you for coming here a little bit later in the game after you pick this up. Is this the only, is there like, because I'm not playing a mage character, are there spells that give light as well?
There is a cast light spell.
Cool.
And if it's not called cast light in this game, it is called cast light in another game.
Something like that. gross is the right word for it. I'm gonna wear this nasty ass face parasite. I do like that they give you a way to get through it if you don't have, whoa, yep, that's a giant. You don't have the crazy face hugger light bulb.
Yeah.
Who would think to do that? Like, you know what? We need to have something that lights things up. Why don't we make it into this scary face hugger maggot thing? Cool.
Speedruns of this area is particularly impressive because you
Just
just
have
do
to
it in the
memorize
dark.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a few games that have stuff like that where you're in a dark area and you just have to memorize it.
Yeah. Spikey's right too. I think a large percentage of players that come here don't have anything to light it up. Just kind of have to learn it.
That's cool. We're gonna be spared some falling deaths. I had what's the Xenoblade joke? I had the vision of the Monado as soon as I said spare myself some falling deaths, that I was gonna fall immediately. I can change the future! Whee!
Good day. You look reasonably sane.
Yeah, I look reasonably
What are you doing in
sane.
the Catacombs? Are you a cleric or something? No? Really? Hmm. Then I'd have no qualms telling you.
Oh, you found
There's
patches.
a fine stash of treasure right down that hole. I found it first, but, well, we're friends now, so I'll split it with you. In any case, have a look. It'll shimmer you blind.
Do you need to do the Mark Hamill Joker laugh when you say that, buddy?
There, that hole. Take a closer.
Closer look, huh? You gonna kick me into it? Yeah. Son of a bitch. That's rude.
Yeah. Patches is a recurring NPC in Souls games, and he's always an asshole.
Off your corpse. That's the real treasure.
Yeah, totally not a cleric. Though I am actually a warrior. What's that sound? Whoa, what the shit are these things? They're like crazy bone pillars. Ouch. Okay, cool. Hard for me to tell when these things become vulnerable. Hey, Goomba. I mean, I'm gonna get Dark Souls, and I'd like to play the mechanics. Is it on sale on the PC where I can get everything that I need to get?
Yep.
Okay.
If you get, they're discussing whether or not you get a particular version of Dark Souls 2, because there are several at this point, to the chagrin of a lot of people.
Yeah, we only have 40 minutes left, but beyond that, we can't get around the authenticator issue until Square support is open for business. So we'll try it maybe later this month. If not, we'll get back to it. It'll happen.
Who would let such strong spirits be hollowed so? Heavens, is there nothing at all to be done?
Nothing to be done.
You're no hollow, are you? Thank goodness. Please be careful. There are 2 fierce hollows not far from here. They were once brave knights.
Now, why do people tell me that I'm not hollow when I'm very obviously hollow.
A little
Not-
subtle.
Yeah.
It depends on what actually hollow means, and people discuss that in the
Right.
lore. But it is used a couple ways practically. One is whether you're hollow or human based on your humanity, as you know.
Yeah.
And the other is just generally what you as a player character with any sort of agency are versus all these zombies walking around.
Right.
So she's kind of talking about it in the latter sense.
But I like the idea, though, that I'm no different from all the other monsters. Like, I'm just going around killing things, taking souls, too.
So these are the guys that you saw in Firelink, if you remember. That's the girl and her two bodyguards that were there next to the rude
Oh, right,
faithful guy.
the rude cleric who I learned the heal miracle from.
You banished the
So they
wicked
decided to
hollows,
come down
did
here.
you? It pains me to think of the trouble my failings have caused. I am certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you. Thank you so very much.
No problem.
Here, these belonged to them. You deserve them more than I am certain.
Oh, yeah. Actually, take a look at miracles. Oh, I should look at all these. So if it says Miracle 2, that means I need 2 attunement slots to equip it, is that right?
Yeah.
Gradual HP restoration. Okay, and it costs more, so it's regen. Costs more than heal, and maybe it heals you for more total than the heal miracle. I don't see why I would use that over the heal miracle if it has higher requirements. Can be useful to, you know, if you just need a little bit of healing and you're expecting to take damage again soon, maybe in a boss fight, so that you get some heals back after you get hit. Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
to PC gaming, Spiky. Play
Dark
the game
Souls 2
2s
is-
after it comes out.
It's a little bit extra even on top of that that gets people salty. They specifically said there was not going to be any DLC content for Dark Souls 2, and then they went back on that with 3 different DLC pieces.
Did
then
people
after
not
that,
want
they didn't
DLC,
make up
or?
for it. That's the thing, is people kind of... The people that would have waited apparently decided not to wait, and very quickly were realized that wasn't as smart of a decision. So, people got salty. It's understandable on both sides why they said that.
Oh, I see. And not just people who are experienced with Dark Souls 2, but people who are... Or no, it's specifically messing with people who have played Dark Souls 2 before, it sounds like, right? So my familiarity with Dark Souls 1 isn't going to do me any favors, to the point Kodiak is making.
Mm.
If I get Scholar of the First Sin, can I play the vanilla mode, or am I permanently altering?
No, you're just playing the Scholar first sin if you get Scholar. I will say that the community consensus is that Scholar is the better version to play now, even despite all the saltiness. But I think Galactic's absolutely right that they are having things in that game specifically to target people that did play DS2 vanilla.
So it's like Dark Souls 2 Master Quest, am I understanding correctly?
It is not nearly that different. Some enemy placements are different. I don't know,
Whoa.
maybe Galactic can put a percentage on that, but I don't know what percentage of enemies have different placements, but pretty much all the bosses are the same in the game. All the areas, maps are the same in the game. Some items are different places and all.
So
Some enemies are different places.
I think I just fell through the map. Is there a suicide mechanic?
I did this once.
Okay, finally killed me.
Let's see. Yeah.
My souls are probably long gone. Pretty sure that's supposed to happen. Yeah, Twinkle Toes. Was there actually a hole there, or did he just, like, was it the interaction with the giant attacking me and me going down a ladder? That's a bit of a walk to get back. Alright, open to spoilers. Is there a bonfire or a shortcut of some kind between here and that big area that I was just in that I'm missing? You have to tell me where it is, just if
Yeah.
one exists. There's a missing bonfire?
There are two in between this point in the Catacombs and that point in the Tomb of the Giants.
Oh, jeez. Wow, I'm really missing shit then. Okay. Let's see if I can find it.
This first one is actually going to be difficult to find without PSN.
Oh, right, yeah, I'm disconnected right now. Is it a secret wall somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know when I move past it. Like, not where it is, but if it's
Sure.
it's now behind me, if that makes sense. Oh. Or I could just be aware that there's something to look out for. And look for the thing that looks suspicious in the wall there. Yeah, see, even just the awareness that something exists can change your approach. It's cool.
Yeah.
Alright, Kodiak, you fell through the map in Valkyria Chronicles of all games? That's a weird game for that to happen. Did you have to, like, start over or something? That happened to me in my Silent Hill 2 playthrough. I fell through the map and had to start over from the save.
Did you end up playing 2 on the HD collection that had all those glitches, or was that
Yeah,
just
I
a
did
regular?
play the HD collection. Okay, well that'll speed things up a little bit. Yeah, why didn't I even think to check there? Because there's really no other reason to go that way.
Hmm.
Past me is an idiot. So I'm disconnected, but I still. Is it like when you get disconnected, the old messages that already loaded in stick around? Maybe. I probably don't
I
spend
haven't-
much time offline. So.
Yeah, I haven't noticed, actually. Or that may be a developer message.
Mm-hmm. That was my least favorite level in the game, Valkyria Chronicles. It was a cool idea, but the execution was poor. Sort of like the Beta Chaos fight in this one. Really cool idea. Didn't really like how it was executed. Could see what they were going for. Come on. Oh, you guys don't drop down after me? Alright. Fair enough. Yeah, I can see how just having like 2 of those rolling at you at the same time, the number of hits they execute, being really bad.
Yeah. I took the coward's way out, did a lot of bow sniping here.
Yeah, that sounds like a wheel problem.
Ah, good joke. There's still a blacksmith that I'm missing, and I've gone way too far ahead for it to be in front of me. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe there's a pit or something that I'm missing that will take me to them. I'm trying to keep a mental record of where it is relative to where I am right now. Wait, I missed this. No, I've fallen down here. Yeah, no, I hear you. Kodiak, for sure. Huh. That's a way to get back. Okay, so, new question. What is almost certainly a secret blacksmith in this room. I know that there's a blacksmith here because of the ringing hammer sound. I know that it's not through this door. If I continue across the way to the other side of the room, can I no longer get to the blacksmith? Or is that going
The
the right
room that
way?
you're standing in right now, yes, you can no longer get to him.
Okay. But I don't want to exit this room in order to find my way to the blacksmith. Big hole, there's a waterfall up there. I am 78. I'm actually coming here pretty late in the intended path of the game. Not accessible from here. Okay, then I won't worry about turning this area upside down. He's okay. Another question. He's also not accessible by backtracking back into the catacombs where the demon is with the lightning bolts.
He may be accessible by backtracking.
We're gonna go backtrack then. Would also explain why, like, those guys there, how would I ever get to them enough? There has to be a way that I, like, drop down. I go up by the waterfall. I think that's what they're trying to communicate to us here. Man, those wheels, like, when you run over them, they just kind of flip around a little bit, and they keep making me think that they're getting back up. We actually already
goes,
beat
man.
Pinwheel. We just are bad at finding... what is it? Bonfires.
Yeah. I don't know if the GTA 5 people have specifically said it, but I'm convinced that Rockstar and From both leave the ragdoll physics in their games on purpose. I'm convinced they find too much hilarity in it.
Have them get stuck up on your leg.
Yeah, it's just too funny.
Alright, I'm gonna fight the Thunder Wizard, and this might be famous last words. Give it a try. Had a pretty bad time historically fighting this guy. Without him being on a platform or something that I could abuse. Crud, get out, dodge, heal up. Guessing this dude's immune to bleed. I don't think I've been able to land it on him at all. Stuck against the wall. Ah. Oh, just slow around. It's still good. It's still good.
It's fallen one strats.
Come on, just go. One more dodging. Oh, was I one-handed that whole time? God damn it. That explains a lot. I make that mistake so frequently. So frequently. I almost wish that I hadn't leveled up my strength, so that would be really obvious if my katana was in the wrong hand, you know? And now I get to explore explore this part of the catacombs with relative safety. Probably not any secret walls here. One of those, like, rare times. I hate upgrading my health because I can never see where an additional point of health made any difference. And I know that's like an incorrect way of thinking about it because it's subtly affecting every time you have to heal. If you heal a little bit later or sooner, it is affecting you. But still, that was a point where if I hadn't had exactly that one extra point of vitality, I would have been dead-zo. Let's see. I guess not only is there a blacksmith that we want to find, there's figuring out what the hell is up with... So there's a couple necromancers that we haven't found yet.
You got a couple items back behind the demon earlier called Eyes of Death.
Oh,
I'm not sure if reading the item description does anything useful for that.
I didn't see those at all, thank you. It's hard for me to keep track. Like, is there a you just got this item, like, new item thing?
Nah. It should be like a consumable or something.
Huh. Is that is that related in any way in my quest to find the blacksmith, or?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, thank you.
Just curious. Just letting you know.
Is that only when I'm online? It sounds like it from the description.
It is a PvP item.
Oh, I see.
Well, yeah.
That's a good way to think about it, Spiky. Difference between being one shot and two shot. There's the water. This is actually the secret where I was expecting something. We never found the... Keep looking around here. Oh, there's cracks in that wall. It must be for a reason. No other way out of here, though. I could kill them, but they're just gonna respawn. Hey, Random, how you doing? Ouch, ouch, ouch.
I can believe that, Mega Man. This means you play video games.
Alright, I really need to invest in finding the damn necromancer. This seems like the direction that I'd want to go. Okay, so does this way lead to the blacksmith, going down this secret path here, or have I done everything I need to do where this giant skeleton is?
There is a path in there. Let's see if you're gonna get to it.
Okay, there is a path in there. That's what I need to know. Because I thought it was just a dead end that terminated with the placement of the skeleton. Let's see what we can find. I definitely see some, like, cracked walls here.
You're like right on top of it.
Yeah. It must be like a ladder that I'm missing. I was suspicious when I got in here and I saw the little rock windows, but... A boss? Fun. Oh my god, I don't see it. can do this. Figure this out. Oh, okay. Got it. Good lord. The difference in trying to explore when you have respawning skeletons versus...
Yeah, it makes all the difference in the world.
There's the motherfucker. Oh my god. I hate you. You're the worst. Yeah, thank you guys for your patience with that. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this so far, Philly. This game is pretty awesome. We're going to be playing for about another 20 minutes or so. If you are down for watching the Dark Souls blind playthrough, you got a couple options. We've already been recording everything so far. It's on the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Marstead. You can catch up there if you wanted to see the run through so far. Otherwise, it will return in the weeks to come. Shit. We're gonna keep playing it at least one day a week until we beat it. Try to beat every awesome game ever made live on Twitch. So check the schedule below the stream to see when it's at. Yeah, that's a pretty significant path. I don't think I ever would have returned there if you guys hadn't have mentioned something. It seems like it's pretty important to come back here too.
That was chiefly for the miracle. It was not the blacksmith path, unfortunately.
Gotcha. The miracle and killing the necromancer that's
right.
influencing that area. Okay, hold on. Some kind of fancy dropping. This is, I think this is back by the bonfire. I have not played GTA on stream. Oh, there's a ladder there. I'll check it out in a second. Ow. Dick. I would say that some of the GTA games are absolutely counted among the best games ever made. You can see all the games I've played at games.marstead.com. It has a list of VOD playlists to everything, so whether we've beaten it or just started it, they're all on there. Okay. That's when we came here originally, was just flipping the waterfall is not important. Still have no idea on this blacksmith. It must be like a super circuitous route to get there. Maybe the door is a shortcut once you get in there. Okay, that's the one shortcut. Like the weird wall. Suspicious looking wall. I could drop from here, but that looks like death to me. I had a friend selling me on Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Really good.
It's one of the best shonens of all time, I'd say.
That's great.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
Alright, there's solid ground kind of sort of beneath me. There's also a bonfire right behind me, so I can afford to test my luck on this, if that looks like it's actually a droppable cliff.
One Piece is the best shonen of all time, in my estimation.
One Piece?
Yeah.
And I can see some of the items on there too.
Chaos, it takes like 40 episodes to get into One Piece. Most people will tell
Big
you.
investment.
It is a large investment.
This one? Guess I could use my prism stones and remove all doubt. Must be another
Tommy,
drop.
that might be the best animated arc. I'm a big fan of that arc.
I'm gonna put my light bulb hat back on and see if I can see a little bit better. I was definitely able to survive a fall down here and there. Guessing whatever way it goes involves dropping from above.
There's 730, give or take. Yeah.
Oh my god. Hate these wheel guys now. Penalty for my earlier hubris. They are a wheel problem.
Yeah.
Thank you, Haypack.
Mike, check out Kaizoku, I believe, fan subs. They have the majority of beginning One Piece.
There, that bad pun is owned by Haypacks. He made that joke a while ago. Well deserved. Yeah, I've started. There's a lot more shows I think that are open to enjoyment if you look up a filler skipping guide. Like, there stops being filler entirely in Buffy. Pretty, like maybe in season 2, but there's so much in the first season that it can be a real turn off to a lot of people. And not even just like actual, you know, like where it's literally intended to be filler in anime, but episodes that aren't really worth watching because they don't move over the plot. Okay, next question to reduce, like, I don't know, 20 falling deaths. Can I make any more different progress by falling from this waterfall area? Falling with style? Or have I found the one thing there is to find falling?
You have... I believe you have found everything you can fall from that particular spot.
That's such a weird way to phrase it. Does falling have anything to do with finding the blacksmith?
Yes.
Okay, great. Fantastic. God, if I fall from anywhere else, I'm gonna die. This is like the lowest possible area where I can believe in myself. Nope, that was a long enough fall.
This is a really well hidden blacksmith.
I'm confident that with our powers combined, your care in pushing me in the right direction without outright telling me, is this area immediately outside? Well, let me get back to it. This place with the waterfall where I can drop. Like down there where my souls are. Wait. Oh, you motherfucker. See? Just in the process of asking the question, I see the answer. Okay, I think I get it. Maybe. Let me go get my souls back. It's not a lot, but don't want to lose them just because. Let's kill the skeletons. Hopefully that's actually significant and not just something that I already saw.
I haven't seen those Kami and Cappy. Are they like the hot new anime of the moment? I've seen them.
Aha ha ha. Should have noticed this sooner. Hopefully I haven't. May have, though. Shit, I have already been here, but there was an item I could have gotten that I skipped. One sec. like the crazy, like, spinning attack that skeletons do to you. Try it again. Let's get the item. Let's skip it this time. Oh, there's a path. Great side. Hole that I dropped through? There is. Alright. This is all still new-ish? No, I know where this is. Shit. So much for that. Okay, so the part of the map that I'm on right now, so I'm not at the waterfall, but I'm across from the waterfall. Is there another place that I can drop to from right here where I am? Like this whole, like, U-shaped area?
No.
Okay, cool. So, by deduction, the place where I can drop from must be higher than this.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Already busted that thing. Let me look at Tranquil Walk of Peace. Slows all walking? Huh. So it makes it so enemies can't chase you? Oh, I see. Sure. Right, that gap down there is right where I came from. Maybe it's near the waterfall proper. Yeah, I just don't see anywhere else that I could drop to without obviously... I guess maybe that, but that's no... That's the U-shaped thing. Is my draw distance going to be a problem?
It will not be a problem.
Okay,
That's a super subtle hint. That's not going to give you anything.
gotcha. I kind of want to, like, my video game rule, there's always something secret with the waterfalls. I'm going to try going to the other side of the waterfall. I like that they pique your curiosity with this this waterfall though, and when you go downstairs you hear the hammer ringing. You're like, oh man, I gotta explore this area. You know, short of Flarewing giving me hints here, what you guys are experiencing right now of me running up and down frantically trying to find the blacksmith is pretty close to like the actual me playing video games not on Twitch experience. This is what I do in games, and there's a reason I don't play games like this most of the time, but I'm enjoying it right now, so we'll see. And it could be falling. It says it does involve falling for sure. So that could mean that there's a room that I have visited, that there is a area that I can fall into that I haven't explored yet. Or I could be thinking, oh, falling must mean that I have to be outdoors. It might not even be outdoors. I might be making myself think that in error. Oh, did I never check this? God damn it. I like how the soul is your conveyance that this is a safe drop.
Hmm.
Oh, cutscene. That's probably not a good thing. That dude's pretty gnarly. Mind flare, mind.
Pretty cool design.
Yeah, that's really cool. Checked it, said that looks like death, and then left it alone. Cool. So thank you on the draw distance hint and the falling hint. That's helpful. That I do.
Be very careful that the wheel skeletons don't kill him.
Oh, that's a risk, okay. Forgot that enemies can kill your buddies like that. Shit ton of homeward bones from him if I wanted to.
So this is the last blacksmith in the game, so you found all 4 now.
Cool.
Or maybe you didn't find the other one.
I found 3.
Okay.
I'm here for the trade, not for the talk.
You found all the cool ones. This guy does your fire reinforcement. So if you wanted fire elemental damage, he's the guy that can do it.
And the giant guy is lightning.
Yep. Lightning and boss souls is his specialty, the giant guy.
Oh, I see what that's all about now. Okay. So it was the right wall, it's just the wall doesn't open until he does a little cutscene.
Exactly. You're coming at it the wrong way.
Cool beans. I understand now. There's that wall hubris again. Ow. God. Yeah, so is this a problem for speedrunners that are just trying to run through this area?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Is there like a path that you can take to avoid them?
Yeah, you can manipulate them a little bit if you if you run just right, but it's hard.
So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna see if I can either find the bonfire between here and where I died last time in the Giant's Catacomb. Same thing, just let me know when I pass it if you would. I'd like to be able to pick up from here next time we start up. Try to use the sun maggot to view the place. So I never dropped down here. I'll just go do it right now. I think it's gonna make me walk a little ways, but should see where it is. Is Dwarf Fortress, is it beatable by any metric? Because you know, like you can kind of beat Minecraft. If you go and beat the Ender Dragon, you can be your soft target for finishing the game. But I don't know if Dwarf Fortress has any such. Okay, you've basically beaten it now. Never drop down into that one. You just set your own goals. It might be appropriate for a free play game at some point, or it might be a cool game for someone to put on the schedule for like sub-block at some point. But at this point I'm mostly focused on like beatable games so that we can finish them, have a good stopping point to move on to another game. I've heard good things about Dwarf Fortress though. There's that. It might not actually be an XKCD comic, but it's in the style of XKCD that's like showing the learning curve for Dwarf Fortress versus other games. There's all these corpses along it. Yeah. I've seen it repurposed for a few different things, like for EVE Online. Apparently once you like understand what's going on, it gets pretty awesome. It takes a while to get there. Tomb of Giants. Magical snowflake. Yeah, I've heard if you're willing to give it the time of day, it's got a ton of depth, but the depth is why its learning curve is so steep. You know, I worry this like skeleton that's on the ground that has the different legs. I worry that that's going to be an actual creature that I have to contend with eventually. Okay, see something I can get to there. I can destroy these, which is helpful. Hey dude. Trolled right into his foot.
Ugh.
Ouch. Yeah, I've seen some people do, like, they'll do a graphical overlay for Dwarf Fortress, which I don't think is necessary to enjoy it. That could be fun just because it looks better on the stream. More souls. This just takes us back to the entrance, but it got us a bunch of stuff. You have to use a graphics pack. I'd probably use a graphics pack for if I were to stream it. Just so there's something that's slightly more interesting to look at on the stream. Looking for the bonfire, or if we die, that'll be a good stop. We can get to the bonfire first, that would be super swell. I really like that the perk boxes on enemies' weapons are realistic. Like if they're really, really tall and they just swing it over your head, it doesn't hit you. They didn't have to do it that way. They could have forced it to hit you if you're.
Oh, and that might be the chief complaint of Dark Souls 2. That whatever guy was so magical at it in this game didn't come back the next one.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of stuff feels unfair as a result of that.
That's
and granted,
frustrating.
its case is overstated a little bit.
Right.
There are also some very, very well programmed hitboxes there too, but there's some egregiously bad ones in the mix too.
I use the word just all the time. Pretty much just, hey, what's up, guy?
Oh, you. Well, let's just calm down. Talk about things. I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations, they can, well, overcome. You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me. You and me, we're jolly undead outcasts, aren't we? Oh, brilliant. A second chance. Wonderful. I had a feeling you'd understand. I did.
I bet if I go on that path, you'll knock me down again.
In your shoes. Ooh. Who knows what I'd have done. But now we're friends again. Eh?
Yep, keep up your Mark Hamill Joker laugh, man. That really helps.
I did you these.
That's where I could just kick him into the hole myself. I think they put his placement there to kind of tempt you to do that. Whoa!
If you had...
I just mentioned that I didn't want to see one of those things actually crawling around. Oh my god.
These things are scary.
They hit like trucks. And it's hard to get away from them to heal.
Yeah.
Yikes. Fall off the ledge here. Whew. Spooky scary. Skeleton dogs. Awesome. Have I passed the bonfire yet, by the way?
You were very near it.
Don't want to go through that white fog door just yet.
Interestingly enough, you would have seen patches in the catacombs if you'd come a little earlier, and he would have tricked you there too.
Oh, interesting.
But
There's a letter. Oh, yeah, I totally skipped it because of patches. Okay, cool. That'll be a perfect stopping point. That is a horrific skeleton dog monster. All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Blairwing and Haypax, for hanging out in chat today. Sorry we couldn't do Final Fantasy XIV. We might try it in a few weeks or something if we can find time for it. Maybe Wednesday would be better next time rather than a Saturday morning. We'll give it a shot. I'll update on the schedule when that happens. If you're new to the stream today, hey, I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every awesome game ever made.